Hare Krsna, Hare Krsna, Krsna Krsna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, you're audible.
Please accept my humble obeisances. We'll start with Jai Radha Madhav. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Munatira Vanachari, Jaya Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvaradhari, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupad, Paramhans Parivakacharya, Ashtotat Shri Srimad, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad, Paramhans Parivakacharya, Ashtotat Shri Srimad, His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोलो। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana-śalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna-preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti-vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Thank you all the devotees for joining this morning for our Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are on Canto 2, Chapter 9 and verse number 19. And the title of the chapter is Answers by Citing the Lord's Version. We'll read the verse. Tam prīyamāṇaṁ samupasthitaṁ kaviṁ prajā-visarge nija-śāsanārhaṇam babhāṣa īṣat-smita-śociṣā girā priyaḥ prīta-manāḥ kare spṛśan. Tam prīyamāṇaṁ samupasthitaṁ kaviṁ prajā-visarge nija-śāsanārhaṇam babhāṣa īṣat-smita-śociṣā girā priyaḥ prīta-manāḥ kare spṛśan. Tam prīyamāṇaṁ samupasthitaṁ kaviṁ prajā-visarge nija-śāsanārhaṇam babhāṣa īṣat-smita-śociṣā girā priyaḥ prīta-manāḥ kare spṛśan. Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to recite, please?
Tam prīyamāṇaṁ samupasthitaṁ kaviṁ prajā-visarge nija-śāsanārhaṇam babhāṣa īṣat-smita-śociṣā girā priyaṁ prīta-manāḥ kare spṛśan. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prīyamāṇaṁ samupasthitaṁ kaviṁ prajā-visarge nija-śāsanārhaṇam babhāṣa īṣat-smita-śociṣā girā priyaṁ prīta-manāḥ kare spṛśan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else?
Tam prīyamāṇaṁ samupasthitaṁ kaviṁ prajā-visarge nija-śāsanārhaṇam babhāṣa īṣat-smita-śociṣā girā priyaṁ prīta-manāḥ kare spṛśan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Synonyms, word to word meaning. Tam, unto Lord Brahma. Prīyamāṇaṁ, worthy of being dear. Samupasthitaṁ, present before kaviṁ, the great scholar. Prajā, living entities. Visarge, in the matter of creation. Nija, his own. Śāsan, control. Arhanam, just suitable. Babhāṣa, addressed. īṣat, mild. Smita, smiling. śociṣā, with enlightening. Girā, words. priyaḥ, the beloved. priyaṁ, the counterpart of love. prīta-manāḥ, prīta-manāḥ, being very much pleased. Kare, by the hand. spṛśan, shaking. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. And seeing Brahma present before him, the Lord accepted him as worthy to create living beings, to be controlled as he desired. And thus being much satisfied with him, the Lord shook hands with Brahma and slightly smiling addressed him thus. So please try to visualize the scene. Lord is smiling and shaking hands with Brahma. We'll understand what it means. Beautiful. Purport: the creation of the material world is not blind or accidental. The living entities who are ever conditioned or nitya-baddha are thus given a chance for liberation under the guidance of his own representative, like Brahma. Very important words and sentences. The Lord instructs Brahma in Vedic knowledge in order to diffuse this knowledge to the conditioned souls. The conditioned souls are forgetful souls in their relationship with the Lord, and thus a period of creation and the process of dissemination of Vedic knowledge are necessary activities of the Lord. Lord Brahma has a great responsibility in delivering the conditioned souls, and therefore he is very dear to the Lord. Brahma also does his duty very perfectly, not only by generating the living entities, but also by spreading his party for reclaiming the fallen souls. The party is called the Brahmā Sampradaya, Hare Krishna. And any member of this party to date is naturally engaged in reclaiming the souls. Let me repeat. The party is called the Brahmā Sampradaya, and any member of this party to date is naturally engaged in reclaiming the fallen souls back to Godhead, back home. The Lord is very much anxious to get back his parts and parcels, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. No one is more dear than the one who takes the task of reclaiming the fallen souls back to Godhead. There are many renegades from the Brahma Sampradaya whose only business is to make man more forgetful of the Lord. So renegades, I was searching the dictionary meaning. I didn't know the meaning of the word. It means who leave or who betrays the organization. That's the dictionary meaning of this word renegades. There are many renegades from the Brahma Sampradaya whose only business is to make man more forgetful of the Lord. So that's a warning from Srila Prabhupada. And thus entangle them more and more in material existence. Such persons are never dear to the Lord, and the Lord sends them deeper into the darkest region of matter, so that such envious demons may not be able to know the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. Anyone, however, preaching the mission of the Lord in the line of Brahma Sampradaya is always dear to the Lord. And the Lord, being satisfied with such a preacher of the authorized bhakti cult, shakes hands with him in great satisfaction. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, with the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and our spiritual masters, we'll try to understand more about the purport. Is very, very clear. If we just read it a couple of times, there are such wonderful do's and don'ts for us in this purport, like any other purport of Srila Prabhupada. So, first of all, this is a very, very historical event, if we think about it. I highly request all devotees to be attentive as much as possible and visualize what's going on. So Lord is smiling. He has appeared in front of Brahma. And he is even touching Brahma. So in the previous verse, we saw how just by seeing the Lord, Brahma was in ecstasy. Tears were coming out of his eyes. So now think of his condition when Lord is now actually touching him personally, shaking his hands. Now, unfortunately, the historical events like this are not taught to us in our school. This is the real history. What is taught to us is either not necessary or not true. So we see Brahmaji is overjoyed and he's offering his obeisances to the Lord. So in the previous section, as we saw, Brahma saw the Lord on his transcendental throne, seat, right? He saw so many potencies of Shri Krishna. And now he's getting personally empowered by touch of Shri Krishna. Now, usually we think the shaking hands is a Western concept, right? In the Vedic or Sanatana Dharma, we fold our hands or we, do namaskar, like namaha. But here it seems like the shaking hand was also introduced by Lord himself. Now, first of all, this scene, this particular fact also proves that God is not formless. God has a form. That's why he is able to touch Brahma, he is able to shake hands with him, he is able to speak with him. And second thing, although Krishna instructed Brahma to do something before he appeared to him, what he did? He instructed him to do austerity. Tapaha, 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 3 times. Those words were when Brahma has no idea what to do after his appearance. He was totally bewildered and lost. Krishna instructed through these 3 words. Tapaha, tapaha, tapaha. So, and now whatever Lord is Krishna is going to instruct him is not really like a boss instructing an employer out of authority, although Krishna is the authority, highest authority. But he's pleased, he's so much pleased with Brahma that like a father, he's very, very happy and touching him lovingly and blessing him before he's going to give a very big responsibility to Brahma. So this also shows how loving touch in the form of some appreciation or a simple pat on the back can encourage us. It has to be genuine from both the sides, right? But that is very, very needed. That encouragement in the form of some appreciation for our service. Not that we should look for it, but to encourage us. Or a simple pat on the back that will give us encouragement, or that will give others also some encouragement, right? Again, it has to be genuine. Now, probably most of us or all of us must have experienced we get very much enthused or encouraged when we meet certain devotees, certain people. So much positivity. And we get inspired to do more devotional service. Right? So that is also very important, that we should have association of such uplifting devotees. Now, coming back to the shaking hand, as we know, the Vedic culture is fold hand, do namaskar, right? And slightly bending our head to offer our obeisances or to show our respect. Not like howdy, how are you, raising our hand or being very informal about it. So this Vaishnava culture is very, very high. Like Brahmaji is paying his obeisances. But why Krishna is shaking his hand with Brahma? So it is described by acharyas that it actually means that Lord is so pleased with Brahma that he is actually holding the hand of Brahma. So Prabhupada used the word shake, but actually he is holding his hand. Why? Because he has agreed to carry forward the desire of Shri Krishna. What desire? To create this, to take up this task of creation. So when Krishna or our spiritual master is happy with us, with his disciples, we have personally seen that the spiritual master will even touch the head of the disciple or even hug him. Personally, I know my Guru Maharaj, whenever he sees any of his disciples, with a nice, loving smile, very inviting smile, he will open his arms to hug us. Even if when we pay our obeisances, he will just grab us. That is not that we have become great. It is the compassion, the mercy of spiritual master flowing. It is not our greatness as a disciple. It is his unconditional mercy to encourage us, to give us that touch, spiritual touch to our souls. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, yasya prasadana gati kutopi, dhyayanstvanstasya yashastri sandhyam, vande guru shri charanarvindam. Only by the mercy and blessings of Shri Guru, which comes, what is coming through Shri Guru? The mercy and blessings of Shri Krishna. So Guru is the direct, a bona fide Guru is direct representative of Shri Krishna. Sakshat dharitvena samasta shastra. And this is the verdict of all scriptures. Without pleasing Shri Guru, without his guidance and grace, no one can advance. That's why we should always remember, even if Shri Guru is very compassionate and very intimate with us, we should always remember our position. That is very, very important. Why? Because he's the one who is guiding us at each and every step, even if he's not around us. If we have that connection, that surrender to Shri Guru, he is guiding us, or whatever service we are able to do, even to pick up this Harinam. We cannot pick up Harinam or chant Harinam without somebody praying for us or somebody praying to Shri Krishna for us. It is said we have so much sins accumulated over so many lifetimes that chanting the name of Krishna is not possible for this conditioned soul. This is just pure mercy of spiritual master, the Guru Parampara and devotees, that we are able to even chant or say Hare Krishna to each other. Otherwise, this tongue will not be able to chant even the names, because these names are so pure. Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana directly appeared from the spiritual planet Golok Vrindavan. Shri Vigraha Radhana Nityanana Shringaratan mandira marjanado yuktasya bhaktamscha niyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Why Shri Guru has this position like the direct representative of Shri Krishna? Because he is always engaged in Shri Vigraha Aradhana, in the temple worship of Shri Radha Krishna. Not only that, he is engaged. Even when he is preaching, he is traveling, he can be anywhere. He is doing Mansik Seva. His Mansik Seva, his mental Seva is very much different from our Mansik Seva. Not only he is always engaged with mind, body and words in the service of Shri Krishna in the temple, he also engages his disciples in such worship. He trains them how to dress the deities. Nitya Nana Shringara. Shri Vigraha Aradhana Nitya Nana Shringara. Tan Mandir Marjanado. How to dress the deities, how to clean the temple, how to clean the altar. Each and every little things Shri Guru is teaching us. That is the duty of a Guru, to teach his disciples. Otherwise, there will be need of the Guru, spiritual master. And we put beautiful clothes and ornaments on the Vigrahas, clean their temple and perform worship. So such Guru, such Shri Guru, such bona fide representative of Shri Krishna should always be remembered, at least 3 times a day. Remembering means remember his instructions. Remember what he is telling us to do, what not to do. That will please him. This is a spiritual connection. So he will come to know when we are following his instructions. And of course, then we make direct connection with him to get some feedback, to get better trained. It's a give and take, reciprocal system, not one-way traffic. Now, here we see Krishna as Guru as a spiritual master of Brahma is very pleased because Brahmaji has accepted his instruction. Now, it was not like Brahmaji put a condition that first show me God and then I will follow your instructions. When he heard tapa, 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 he accepted it as it is. Didn't put any condition. He was not duplicitous in his service, in his austerity. And that's what it came, that this particular thing came in the previous verses, that Krishna was very pleased already with Brahma because of his non-duplicitous seva, non-duplicitous behavior. Now, the secret of success in devotional service, what is that secret? That service should be pleasing to Krishna and his devotees. Otherwise, we can run around whole our life with nice, tight dhuti kurta, nice, beautiful tilak, showing to the whole world how much I worship, how much I chant, 64 rounds, 128 rounds, how much service I do. But if that service, that mood of devotion is not favorable, not pleasing to Krishna and his devotees, it's a waste of time. We will just waste our time getting nothing out of it. And that's why sometimes, or many times, or always, we are not feeling the joy of devotion, depending on our condition. So I'm reminding that to myself. If I'm not feeling the joy of devotion, not the real joy of devotion, then this could be the case. Now, from Canto Srimad Bhagavatam, we see so many times Shri Krishna appears to so many devotees. And of course, Canto 10 is a different story. In Canto 10, Vrindavan pastimes, Lord is very, very intimate. What to speak of holding hands with devotees? The devotees are pulling his legs. But to to establish that kind of relationship, we have to go through step by step from Canto 1 to Canto 9 to see, to learn, to get trained. So in case of Dhruv Maharaj, we see when Dhruv Maharaj was meditating on the Lord, Krishna appeared. And what he did? Dhruv Maharaj forgot everything, just seeing the beautiful form of Krishna. So Krishna, he touched Dhruv Maharaj's head with his conch shell. And what happened? Right away, in the moment, Dhruv Maharaj became enlightened. And he forgot his desire to rule over the whole, to the kingdom greater than the kingdom of Brahma. He forgot all his desires, material desires. He immediately became self-realized. So it was not like transferring data from one hard disk to another hard disk. That was a spiritual transformation through touch of Krishna. That feeling that touch of Krishna or getting that touch of Krishna is very important. We'll touch on that, what it means to us. So one lesson from the pastime of Dhruv Maharaj is one touch from Krishna, just a moment of genuine bhakti, even if we have served little bit, but in a nice mood, in a devotional mood, it can change our consciousness. Like Srila Prabhupada used to say, you can become fully Krishna conscious in a moment or in a minute, something like that. Just change of consciousness. So to change the consciousness for that transformation, the right mood is needed. Now here, Shri Krishna is holding the hands of Brahma out of joy. So just like we celebrated Govardhan Puja, when Brijvasis were afraid of King Indra or of his, storm, what Krishna did? He smiled gently and touched Govardhan heaven. Krishna was smiling. He had no sign of any distress or anxiety when everything was in mess. So much damage was being done by Lord Indra. With that one touch, Sri Govardhan became blissful. And he became empowered to protect the residents of Vraja. Similarly, here we see by just touch of Brahma, by touch of Shri Krishna, Brahmaji is now becoming capable of creating the universe. It's a big, big job, big duty. So just why this touch was important? Because it was a big responsibility on the shoulders of Brahma, and he needed to get strength, encouragement. And whenever we take up some challenging project or challenging service, there is anxiety, there is fear, because we are doing it for Krishna. Will I be able to do it properly or not? So we need that kind of encouragement. Now, here the word used is smita. So Lord's smile was mild, smita. It means, if we see and read the pastimes of Shri Krishna, he is always smiling very mildly, very decent smile. He doesn't laugh loudly. Usually, there is only one case which I know of where he was laughing very loudly when there was a king with the name Pondrik. He was so egoistic, so self-centered, and he wanted to compete with Shri Krishna when Shri Krishna was in Dwarka, during Dwarka Leela. He was so envious of Shri Krishna that he always also manifested the Vishnu form of Krishna. He got 4 hands, literally made up to portray himself like Vishnu with Padma, Gada, Chakra, Kansh. And he, not only that, he sent a messenger to Dwarka challenging Shri Krishna, telling him that you are not the God, you are the wrong Vishnu form or wrong Krishna. I am the real God, with 4 hands and showing all that. And listening to that message, when messenger came to Dwarka, everyone in Krishna's palace, they were laughing loudly. And that time Krishna also laughed very loudly. He was having a great time listening to this description of Pondrik, how self-centered, how egoistic he was. And of course, then pastime came and he got killed by Krishna because he challenged him. Also, some important points here that we can probably take away. Krishna gives big service to someone qualified. Now, how to become qualified? To become qualified, first thing is to surrender to the instructions of Krishna. Now, Brahma got qualified here. That's why he got so much empowered by Krishna that he became the CEO of the whole universe, if we think about it. He is the CEO, that supreme engineer of the whole universe. So there are two things that I thought worth sharing. If we are in the service of assigning or delegating service for Krishna to others, we should make sure the devotee is qualified, because that service will be done by Krishna. I mean, will be done for Krishna, and that person should have the right mood. And we should provide him necessary training, like Krishna asked Brahma to perform tapa. So that training has to be there. That person who is getting the service should go through the necessary training, and necessary facilities and empowerment should be given to that devotee. Now on the other side, when any big or special service is assigned to a devotee, instead of getting envious or critical about him or her, we must see what qualities makes that devotee worthy of getting that service. And how can I make, if I have the desire to serve Krishna and devotees in the same capacity, how can I make myself worthy? That qualification is important. If we think about just our name and fame and to show like how big a devotee I am, that will bring enviousness. But if you think about Krishna and his devotees, then what will follow? Inspiration, encouragement, and enthusiasm. And of course, empowerment. When the mood is right, consciousness is right, these things will automatically follow. The training will come to us, the guidance will come to us, the inspiration will come to us, enthusiasm will come to us, and of course, we will be empowered. Because anyway, we are worthy of nothing. We cannot do anything on ourselves, on our own strength. That strength has to come through devotees, through Shri Guru and Krishna. So Krishna knows us, and he will make all the arrangements when our mood is to serve Shri Krishna and devotees. So like here, Brahma's purpose was to fulfill the mission of Lord. Not that Brahma has his independent mission or agenda. He surrendered to Krishna. And he aligned his desires with Krishna's desires. Now we can have, one important thing is that we can have all the intelligence, we can do all the planning, we can have all the enthusiasm, but we also need Krishna's touch in the form of his mercy. Otherwise, nothing will happen. Sometimes you see people are very enthusiastic, very passionate about service, but the touch of mercy is missing. Now, how we feel that now Krishna is not appearing in front of us? Of course, Shri Guru comes. He gives us that enthusiasm. So, how Krishna touches our heart, our consciousness? The practical point here is he touches our heart through devotees, through kirtan, through seva. And when he touches our heart through nice devotees, nice kirtan, and blissful service, then suddenly we feel the joy of devotion. These are practical points. Not that we are just imagining and Krishna is touching our head and we are feeling blissful. No, that's not happening. We are conditioned. We are not that pure. I'm not that pure yet. So, how will I feel that touch of Krishna? Through devotees, through kirtan and seva. No other way. We cannot bypass any of these. Now, Srila Prabhupada also mentions in this purport the purpose of the creation. The purpose of the creation. What is the purpose of this creation? That Brahmaji did as a service to Shri Krishna. There is no other purpose than to give chance to us, the conditioned souls, to go back to Godhead. That's the only purpose of this creation. The conditioned souls, they have forgotten their real master, who is their real well-wisher. That's why this creation, if we analyze, is designed like that, to give us suffering. Not that Krishna is a punisher, he wants us to suffer. No, he is the most loving father we have. He doesn't get any joy in seeing the conditioned soul suffering. No parent will feel joy when child is in distress. But it is for the rectification of the conditioned souls, for our improvement, for our ultimate welfare. Just like when a child goes to school first time, he will cry. He will cry for days maybe. But parents still let him go through that experience because they think about the future of the child, the benefit of the child in the future. So whatever Krishna does, each and every action of Krishna, every thought of Krishna is full of love. He is absolute. So he has love for each and every living entity, not just humans, or each and every living entity. It could be trees, animals, birds, whether we are worshipping him or not, whether we are devotee or not, he's still spreading his love. He's absolute. So there is no duality in his behavior. Unlike us, conditioned souls, sometimes our behavior, our actions, our emotions are out of whether we are happy, or sometimes whether we are angry, or we have hatred for someone, depending on what mode of material nature we are in. That's how our behavior, our actions, our thoughts are, as conditioned souls, they get manifested. But this creation of universe is pure out of love of Krishna. He is actually more keen to bring us back to him. Just like, imagine a drunkard, right? A drunken man is lying on the street. He's fully drunk. But we, as maybe his friends or well-wisher, we are looking at his condition, we are uncomfortable. We are feeling pity on him. But that person who is drunk is totally feeling blissful. He might laugh, he might talk to you, make some jokes also in his intoxicated state. But as his friend, as his well-wisher, we will be eager to bring him back to his home. But he is not able to understand that. And he is not willing. He is enjoying on the street, lying on the street. That's how we as conditioned souls are bewildered. We are intoxicated in the temporary attractions of this material world. But Krishna, out of his love, sends these pure souls, these sadhus, to us, these liberated souls. So Nitya Bhukta, Nitya Badha, Nitya Mukta. So Nitya Badha are conditioned souls, and Nitya Mukta are liberated souls. So Krishna, from his abode, his hometown, he sends all these liberated souls like Srila Prabhupada and all our acharyas, all pure devotees or spiritual masters, to get us free from this intoxication and give us the right knowledge. They are our real well-wishers. Sansara dava nallida loka. Tranaya karunya ghanna ganatvam. They destroy this ignorance in this sansar. Like we are still in the Kartik month, Damodar month, how Manigriv and Nalkuber, they were intoxicated and they offended Narad Muni. But still, liberated soul, Narad Muni, although he cursed them, but that curse was for their betterment. The best outcome they could have attained, that happened to Manigriv and Nalkubera. Kuveratmajo badha murte vyadvat tvaya mochito bhakti bhajo krato cha tatha prema bhaktim swakame prayacha namukshe graho mesti damodareha. They got delivered by none other than Bhagwan Damodar, Bhagwan Shri Krishna directly. They saw the pastimes of Shri Krishna in Vrindavan, the most sweet pastimes, most intimate pastimes of Krishna, in his own courtyard in Vrindavan. They got that mercy and got delivered by Shri Krishna directly. So now Brahmaji is not only serving Shri Krishna to create this sansar, this world, he is also playing a very compassionate role on behalf of Lord. How? By creating, by spreading his party. What is that party? This glorious Brahma Sampradaya, which became million times more glorious by the touch of Supreme Lord. So Brahmaji created, because Krishna, he imparted this Vedic knowledge not only for Brahma to keep in his brain, but to distribute or pass on. So for that purpose, Brahma created Brahma Sampradaya, Brahma Madhav Sampradaya. And then again Krishna touched that Sampradaya. How he touched? When he came himself in the most compassionate, most magnanimous appearance as Bhagavan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Gauranga. And he touched again Brahmaji's creation of this Sampradaya. And it became million times more glorious, full of nectar. What do we not have in this Sampradaya? So, the best of the devotional philosophy, the best of the spiritual masters, and then Krishna sent Srila Prabhupada to pass on this knowledge, which became more glorious by the touch of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to go to each and every part of this world. Each and every part of this world. His followers are traveling all over the world to impart this knowledge and practice, just not the theoretical knowledge, but practical practice of Krishna consciousness. And it will be available for next 10,000 years. So if we are thinking it's so bad, so much anxiety, so many wars, so many problems around us today, wait and see what will happen going forward. But why to wait? As Kali Yuga progresses, it will really get tougher and tougher to practice Krishna consciousness. So let's all of us avail this mercy which is freely available to us by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, this mercy of Shri Krishna, Shri Brahma, Shri Narad, all these great souls, it is coming to us, which is touched by Bhagwan himself. So I think it is very intelligent thing to utilize this facility of this sampradaya, which is which is coming to us from Shri Krishna directly. So let's connect ourselves to this disciplic succession, and it is available freely, no charge, free, and Srila Prabhupada made it even more beautiful by creating this ISKCON society where we have best of the tools, best of the devotional tools, best of the practices, best of the Krishna conscious philosophy, best of the realized spiritual masters are available. And this is Brahma's movement, the Narad Muni's movement, so Krishna's movement, Mahaprabhu's movement. And we should utilize this facility very nicely, become fully Krishna conscious, and go back to Godhead. Because that's the whole purpose. Krishna created this world, or made Brahma create this world, which is coming in this purport also. Srila Prabhupada say, ISKCON is a spiritual club. Just like materially minded people, they want to associate with this club, that group, for so much enjoyment. Dance, music, food, socialize, whatnot. But the membership of this spiritual club, ISKCON, can give us the joy, the real joy to our soul, our real self, by doing the same activities, because that's we are conditioned to do. But by dovetailing all those activities for Krishna and his devotees. So just like our phone, it needs a charger, right? To get energy, to get charge up. We must connect. We also must connect with Krishna daily through chanting, hearing, and serving to charge ourselves. Otherwise, it will be very like a dead phone. Otherwise, we'll drain completely without this charging. And this, like we were discussing, this touch, this touch of Krishna, this charge of Krishna comes through association of devotees, chanting the holy name and hearing Bhagavatam. Very, very important part of our daily devotional practice. One important point, very important point here is, Srila Prabhupada is saying there are many renegades from the Brahma Sampradaya whose only business is to make man more forgetful of the Lord. So these here, Srila Prabhupada is talking about, in my understanding, he's talking about the pseudo devotees. We should be, although we have all the facilities, all the tools available, we should also be very careful about pseudo devotees. Who are they? They look like very nice devotees. They will talk about Krishna, but their philosophy will be deviated. But they will use so much sweet words that for an average person, it is difficult to make out whether they are in the parampara or they are deviating from the parampara. Their Krishna consciousness philosophy will be messed up. And there are different categories of such people. I don't think we have enough time to discuss that, but I think in classes and in personal conversations, we discuss about how can we avoid such people. These people, they will only connect to the parampara or guru to utilize or these tools, this ISKCON, for their own fame and following. They will say we belong to ISKCON or this sampradaya and that sampradaya, but for their own fame and following, not really to serve the mission of Guru and Krishna. They will also misrepresent the teachings of bona fide Guru and sampradaya. And they will sugarcoat their words so much that they portray themselves like very nice people. In one class I heard, these devotees are like, pseudo devotees are like Putna. How did Putna entered Braj when she wanted to kill little Krishna? In a nice, beautiful form of lady. Very beautiful. All the Brajvasis got, totally attracted to her. And usually it is said Nand Maharaj has guarded the parameter of Braja because he knew so many demons were coming to kill Krishna. But
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
All glories to the devotees on the call. Thank you so much for a very nice, enlightening class, Prabhu. A lot of reminders. As you said, you have to be humble. And even after having that empowerment in the form of blessing, we still have to continue on receiving instructions when we are doing any service. And other point that I liked was like this morning Bhagavatam class, or this chanting that is recommended in the morning is like a charging for us for the whole day, so that we stay connected somehow to Krishna. So thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anyone else have any comments? Any questions? If not, thank you so much for joining this morning. And we'll see all of you on Saturday evening. We are celebrating the disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada in our temple. Very, very important day. We must remember Srila Prabhupada every day, but of course, on his appearance and disappearance, it is very, very special. So see you there. And Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shri
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I think timing has been changed. It's in the ISKCON Harrisburg for Saturday program.
Yeah, it is Saturday, 5 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Yeah, I should have said that. Yeah. Thank you for reminding. So timing earlier was, I think, in the morning, but the revised timing is this Saturday, October 25th. That is, sorry, yeah, October 25th. That is tomorrow at 5 p.m. ISKCON of Harrisburg. Thank you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.